Hey everyone, and welcome back to Old Charles, the channel where we dig into the stories and values hidden in your pocket change. Today, we're tackling a coin that nearly every Filipino has held at some point. It's a piece of recent history, a work of art, and for some, a potential treasure. We're talking about the 1993 1 peso coin from the Philippines. Now, you might be thinking, 1993? That's not that old. I probably have a jar full of these. And you might be right. But the question we're answering today is, what is the 1993 1 peso coin really worth? Is it just a peso, or could it be worth hundreds, even thousands, to the right collector? This coin is part of the Flora and Fauna series, minted from 1983 to 1994. This series was famous for featuring the country's national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal, on the obverse, that's the head side, and a beautiful, intricate depiction of a native animal on the reverse, or tail side, for the 1 peso coin. That animal is the iconic Philippine eagle, or Pithecophagga jefferyi, one of the largest and most powerful eagles in the world, and a proud symbol of the Philippines. In purely monetary terms, this coin is worth 1 Philippine peso. You can still, technically, use it to buy a piece of candy or pay a portion of your jeepney fare. If you spent it, the bank and the store would accept it at exactly 1 peso, and this is where things get interesting. For a circulated 1993 1 peso coin, one that's been in pockets, purses, and cash registers for 30 years, the value to a collector isn't much higher than its face value. We're talking about Cuban peso 5 to Cuban peso 20, maybe. Why? Because the mintage for the 1993 1 peso was enormous. The Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas produced millions upon millions of these coins to be used in everyday commerce. They are, by definition, common. So, if you have a worn-out 1993 peso with scratches, dings, and its details smoothed away, it's a wonderful piece of history, but it's not a retirement fund. Look at the difference. The coin on the left is what we call circulated. The high points of the design, like Rizal's cheekbone and the eagle's head, are worn down. The luster is gone. The coin on the right is what we call uncirculated, UNC, or brilliant uncirculated, BU. This coin never entered public circulation. It was stored in a mint bag or a collector's album from the moment it was struck. It still has its original, mint luster, that brilliant, cartwheel shine you see when you tilt it in the light. An uncirculated 1993 1 peso coin is a completely different beast. While still not extremely rare, it is much more desirable to collectors who want a perfect example for their set. A pristine, uncirculated 1993 1 peso can be worth anywhere from Cuban peso 50 to Cuban peso 150 on the collector's market. If a coin is professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC, and it receives a high grade like MS-65 or MS-66, that's mint state, meaning no wear, its value can jump significantly. A top 200 Cuban pesos to Cuban peso 500 ** or more, depending on the market. You're paying for the guarantee of quality and preservation. During the massive minting process, mistakes happen. And for collectors, these mistakes are pure gold, or in this case, pure nickel brass. Let's look at the most famous and valuable types of errors for this coin. 1. The mule coin ***. This is the king of errors. A mule is a coin struck with obverse and reverse dies that were not intended to be paired together. Imagine a 1993 1 peso obverse paired with the reverse of a 25 centavo coin. A true mule is incredibly rare and would be worth thousands, even tens of thousands of pesos. However, I must stress, genuine mules for this series are exceptionally rare and should be authenticated by a professional service. 2. Off-center strikes ***. This happens when the coin blank isn't properly centered when the dies strike it. The result is a coin with a blobby, crescent moon missing section. The value depends on how far off-center it is. A 10% off-center might be worth a few hundred pesos. A 50% off-center could be worth over 1,000.3. Die cracks and cuds ***. A die is the stamp that imprints the design. Over time, it can crack. When it does, it leaves a raised, jagged line on every coin it strikes. A cud is a more significant break off the die, creating a blob of metal on the coin's rim. These error coins are highly collectible. Point 4. Double dies and misstrikes ***. If the coin is struck twice, or the hub shifts slightly between strikes, you can get a doubling of the lettering or design elements. This is more subtle but very sought after. So, if your 1993 1 peso coin looks weird, don't dismiss it. You could be holding a coin worth Cuban peso 1,000, 5,000 Cuban pesos, or even more. Alright, let's bring it all home. Grab your 1993 1 peso coin, and let's do a quick evaluation together. Step 1, check for errors, ***, is it off-center? Is there a weird blob or a crack in the design? Is the date doubled? If yes, you need to get it looked at by an expert community or a grading service. You might have a winner. Step 2, check the condition, ***, is it shiny and sharp, with all the details crisp? Can you see the fine lines in the eagle's feathers and the strands of Risol's hair? If yes, you have an uncirculated coin, worth significantly more than face value. Consider getting a protective capsule for it. Step 3, it's worn and normal, ***, if your coin is just a regular, worn, circulated piece of history, then its greatest value is sentimental and historical. It's worth 1 peso, but it's a tangible link to 1993. The best place to check the real-time market value is on online platforms like eBay. Search for sold listings, Facebook collector groups, or Philippine-specific sites like TipidPC or PhilCoin. At the end of the day, the story of the 1993 1 peso coin is a story about perspective. On one hand, it's a mass-produced piece of modern currency. For most of them, the value is exactly what it says on the tin, 1 peso, but on the other hand, it's a snapshot of a nation. It carries the image of a hero who died for its freedom. It showcases a majestic creature that the country is fighting to protect. And in its rarity, its perfection, or its glorious mistakes, it represents the thrill of the hunt, the idea that treasure can be found in the most ordinary places. So, is your 1993 1 peso coin valuable? As a piece of history, absolutely. As a collectible, it depends. But I encourage you to look at it a little closer now. Appreciate the art. Respect the history. And who knows? Maybe you'll discover you've been carrying a small fortune in your pocket all along. The Philippine-American War ***. Despite fighting alongside the Americans, the Filipinos were not granted independence. The U.S. purchased the Philippines from Spain for $20 million in the Treaty of Paris, 1898. This led to the brutal Philippine-American War, 1899–1902, which resulted in American victory. American colonial policy ***. Unlike the Spanish, the Americans focused on education ***, establishing a public school system and using English as the medium of instruction, public health and infrastructure ***, building roads, bridges, and hospitals, benevolent assimilation ***, a policy aimed at preparing the Philippines for eventual self-governance. The Commonwealth ***. In 1935, the Philippines became a Commonwealth ***, a transitional government with full independence promised in 10 years. Manuel L. Quezon was elected its first president. Invasion and occupation ***. Shortly after Pearl Harbor, Japanese forces invaded and occupied the Philippines. The Commonwealth government fled into exile. Bataan Death March ***. The fall of Bataan was followed by a brutal forced march of American and Filipino prisoners of war, where thousands died. Resistance and liberation ***. A strong guerrilla resistance movement fought the Japanese. The Philippines was liberated after fierce battles, most notably the Battle of Manila in 1945, which left the city in ruins. The U.S. granted the Philippines its full independence as scheduled. Post-war recovery ***. The new republic faced immense challenges: rebuilding a shattered nation, economic dependency, and political instability. The Marcos dictatorship, 1965–1986 ***. Ferdinand E. Marcos was elected president in 1965. In 1972, he declared martial law, ushering in a 14-year period of authoritarian rule marked by corruption, human rights abuses, and massive debt. The People Power Revolution, 1986 ***, a peaceful, popular uprising, known as the EDSA People Power Revolution, ousted Marcos and installed Corazon Aquino, the widow of assassinated opposition leader Benigno, Ninoy Aquino Jr., as president. This restored democracy and became a world symbol of nonviolent revolution. Tumultuous democracy. It has faced challenges like corruption, poverty,